welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of Back from the Grid podcast. Whoop, whoop. This is your host, Matthew, here with Cody, your other host.
Hi, I'm here, guys. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Cody. We got an amazing show ahead of us today, folks, because guess what?
What?
It's our 10th episode.
No way. You're lying.
Oh, man, this is so exciting.
We've not been
made
doing
it
this
far.
for 10 weeks.
No, we've been doing it for 11.
I know you're right.
Thank you guys so much if you've been listening to us.
No, we've been doing this for 12 weeks.
Have
we
we?
missed one.
Oh,
and then
we did.
Yeah.
So 12 weeks.
Dang. That's what?
Impressive.
4 months?
Yeah. It goes by quick. I remember when we first started, me and Cody were like, we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully it goes somewhere.
Yeah, because we weren't sure, because we had done this podcast before, but then we had to...
It didn't end well.
Yeah, it did not... Well, it's not that it didn't end well. There was just life stuff going on, so we couldn't keep it going. But now, here we are. 10th episode, everybody.
Whoop, whoop. So, we got some exciting stuff announced. Stay tuned further into the podcast.
Yes, we have some announcements. But
You'll want to hear it.
We're gonna get this podcast rolling, like we usually do, and then we'll get into some announcements. So, Matthew, how has your week been going? What have you been playing? Have you been watching anything?
Civilization 5. That's all I need to say. It's taken up my whole life,
I
Cody.
told you it would.
I've put 18 hours into it in 2 days.
I know, right?
It is a time succulus. It is eating my life away.
That's what it does.
Japan became like my weakling. I pretty much stepped on him.
What nation are you playing the most?
America.
America.
We gotta manifest that destiny.
That's how it starts. Yep, manifest destiny. Well, it's a really good game, and I had to show Matthew how to play it first because he had never played that game before. Which
speaking of which,
was surprising.
Well, at the very end of that match, before he had to go, because this was at like 12 or 1 at night.
It was like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I was really tired.
And he started declaring war on every faction.
Because me and Matthew were on a team, so I drug him into a war with everyone in the world.
Thanks,
and then I
by
left.
the way.
But, that was just the intro game. Then you had to play your own game and decide how to live your life, Matthew.
Congratulations. To be honest, though, I was inspired to get the game because of Cody in the last podcast. So, don't regret that.
Yeah, no, it's a really good game, and I would fully recommend it to anyone.
However, my unconscious self that loves sleep kind of regrets hearing about that,
you
though.
Never sleep, Matthew.
Sleep? What's that?
Crazy.
Anyway, so Cody. What games have you been playing?
Absolutely nothing. Because I have been way swamped with lots of stuff. I have just been relaxing and watching some TV, though.
I did hear you were watching a movie before you got here.
Yes, today I rewatched the Kung Fu Panda series because I had a little bit of time. And I love that series. It's a great movie series. Jack Black does a great job. Everyone in that movie series does a great job. The third one's a little iffy, but the first 2 are really good, and I really enjoy them. But... yeah, I've been doing that. Of course, I've been watching the Steven Universe movie again once or twice.
Why?
I don't know. I am addicted to Steven Universe right now, and I can't wait until the next one comes out. But besides that, just school and work and all that fun stuff. But yeah, so Matthew.
Yes.
You know why everyone's here, right?
The main reason they always come back.
The main event. The only reason you guys listen to our podcast, which I'm not sure why I don't say this at the end, just to keep you sticking around, but...
we do this for you.
Do this for you. So, Mountain Blade Bannerlord, as you all know, is the game that I am very much looking forward to. And Matthew is too, because I'm getting him hyped up for it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. 149 days are
Can't
left
come sooner.
Before that game comes out. Apparently, there's a multiplayer beta going on right now, but they didn't invite me, so it's obviously not going on yet. Because that's how that works.
Yeah, they would not have it unless you were involved.
I know, right? It's crazy. Okay, but Matthew, here's where we get to the fun of the 10th episode. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Well, you better be, because we discussed it before the podcast.
I'm very ready.
So, just for you guys, because you guys have been with us for 10 episodes, and it's awesome, and it's wonderful, we are going to be giving away 2 Steam games, 2 Steam keys to some games that me and Matthew highly recommend and think you should play. One's from Matthew, one's from me, and all you have to do is go to our Facebook page, Back from the Grid Podcast, find the post that will be up at 9 a.m. on Friday, October 4th, and then follow the instructions in the post to be entered to win 2 free Steam games. We're not going to tell you what they are because keeping it a little secret, but you can rest assured that both me and Matthew have played through these games, We very much enjoy them, very much think that you would enjoy them as well, and it's free, so you have nothing to lose. Just go to our Facebook page, look for the post, and then follow the instructions, and you will be entered to win the games. So, yeah. That's
it's going to be great. We got some exciting games.
Oh, and the winner will be announced on the next episode of Back from the Grid podcast. And yeah, the post will be up at 9 a.m. Friday, October 4th, because that's when this episode will be up. So I probably just should have said, go check it out, because it'll be there when this episode is up. But I'm kind of tired today, so if you couldn't hear it in my voice. So yes, we're giving away to you guys some free games, so go check it out. It's worth it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So moving along with the announcement, we're going to go ahead and kind of like a little bit of vagueness. Cody, so with your game, how much do you enjoy it?
I really enjoy this game. Like, I didn't expect to, but when I first played this game, I think I got stuck on it for like 10 hours because it's just the gameplay is very in-depth and it seems very simplistic, but it's actually a very enjoyable game. But that's all the detail I will go back in. How about your game, Matthew, that we will be giving to these fine folks listening to our podcast right now?
It's awesome. It's very fast-paced. I loved the entire game all the way through.
You owned it on multiple
platforms. I love every time I play it. It's a great time. Great to play with friends and family and loved ones.
Exactly.
Totally.
Hashtag not sponsored. We're just giving these out to you guys for free because we enjoy that you guys enjoy our podcast.
Yeah. So that's all you're getting. If you think we're going to give you more, you're crazy.
Crazy.
You'll have to find out when you actually do the giveaway.
Yes, exactly. And we will also... actually, I don't want to commit to that right now. I was going to say that we are going to give out games every 10th iteration of episodes. So 20th, we'll do another giveaway, 30th. But I can't promise that because I don't know where we're going to be at the 20th episode.
Keep sticking with us. If you stick with us long enough, we may do even more giveaways.
Maybe.
And maybe do some even cooler stuff ahead. So keep giving us your support. Go ahead, check us on social media. Cody, what's our social media links?
Back from the Grid on all the platforms except for Facebook. And on Facebook, it's Back from the Grid podcast.
And we also fixed Twitch a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Twitch is Back from the Grid, as is Twitter, Back from the Grid. Check us out. Let us know what you guys think. Email us at backfromthegrid@gmail.com and just say hi. We'd really love to talk to you guys and see what's going on. But Matthew, I think we've enjoyed the 10thness of this episode. Plenty.
Let's get into it.
So let's crack into it. Let's jump into it. Whatever people say, So what's our first thing that we're gonna do, as we always do, because we're starting this episode off right.
Nostalgia, obviously, Cody.
What makes us nostalgic today, Matthew?
We're gonna be talking about what our favorite Disney movies were growing up.
Ooh, that's a good topic. There's a lot.
There's a lot. There's remember the Renaissance era of Disney where it was just all animated movies and it was a wonderful era. They had so many good animated movies.
I mean, you mean the era where the owner of the company was a fascist supporter?
Oh man, hey, you know what?
I mean, the Walt Disney Company actually made anti-Nazi propaganda and stuff, but still, Walt Disney was not the best person in the world.
Ouch. Okay, then.
But now his head is frozen, so that's great.
You don't know this. It's actually in Area 51, so,
yes.
We have to go raid it again, everybody.
No, we got him out, apparently. I've heard reports.
Sweet.
Yeah. All those Naruto runners.
Anyway, so, Cody, what is a Disney movie that makes you nostalgic, or what is your favorite one?
Well, okay, so all of them, really. Some of the more recent ones have been really good. I really enjoyed Moana. And there was another one. Coco was extremely great, and I was not expecting so much from that movie. But the ones that make me nostalgic are, most of them. But the one that makes me the most nostalgic, I don't quite remember it, but I was told that I watched this movie over and over and over and over and over again. The Lion King.
Oh, good choice.
Lion King. I've seen... most of them. I haven't seen the live action version yet, which I want to, but I have not quite got around to it. Matthew is saying, no, I should not.
No.
I'm gonna.
You will taint your experience of it.
I'm gonna. So the originals, the one that I love the best, which is so weird that when I think back to that, this actually happened, but it was kind of like a Deadpool-esque version of The Lion King 1, I think, because it was The Lion King 1.5. Yeah, and it
Oh,
was like Timon and Pumbaa going through the movie in like this fourth wall breaking fashion, and they had like all these little games you could play in the menu. It was back when we
oh
all had
man.
discs, there was like special features and stuff. Uh, no one really does that
Did the
anymore, but
Jeopardy?
I can't remember. It's been
Because
so
I
long.
remember playing Jeopardy in the features menu. Like I would go to my grandparents, grandparents, my on my
Mm,
mom's
mm,
side,
mm,
and I would put that CD in, the DVD in,
mm-hmm.
and I'd even play the features more than I watched the movie.
Yeah, I mean, the features on some of the discs were incredible. Like Shrek 2 had a whole American Idol with Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell? Is that his name? The angry
The
British
guy
guy?
that's like,
Simon Cowell, I think, is his name. And yeah, he was like in Shrek 2 as a feature, and you could like go through and do like a whole American Idol thing with all the Shrek characters, and it was actually really cool. But yeah, guys, we're getting real nostalgic here. If you don't know what a DVD is,
what's
it's this
that?
little disc that you put into what's called a DVD player. I know, I'm getting retro here. Just stick with me. You put it into a DVD player and it plays.
Oh my god!
And
What are you
you
talking
you
about?
can
Honest to
watch the
God.
movies without the internet. I know, revolution.
To be fair, though, they still make DVDs.
I know, I'm just being pedantic.
Gosh,
Really, but
everybody,
VCR tapes
wow.
though, those are
I still
ancient.
have some.
I know, right? I actually have a really good story, but first, before I tell my VCR story, Matthew, what Disney movie was your favorite growing up?
Not Captain Planet. What?
Captain Planet,
Yes, that's Disney, right?
United States, Canada,
Treasure Planet.
I don't remember how that goes.
Treasure Planet.
Treasure
Oh my
Planet.
god, it's my favorite. I actually have the VHS of that, and I watched it a lot, and I loved that movie.
I've seen it like once or twice. Remind me, what is the plot of Treasure
So
Planet?
basically, God, it's been so long.
Besides, it's a planet with treasure.
Basically, this guy who's seeking more out of life, he's kind of a misfit kind of character. Pirates kind of like destroy his home, and his mom's like has no like they had like a motel that they were living in, and he's lived there his whole life, and he's been there for like ever. And the pirates kind of like destroy his home, and so he wants to go with a bunch of other people to try to find Treasure Planet, so that way he can get the money to rebuild the motel for his mother. And yeah, no, it's like this journey of him, like, trying to from him turning into this kind of like I feel like it's like a journey of him correcting himself and meeting a guy that is kind of, he doesn't know if he's the antagonist or not. And there's a phone going off.
Hi,
everybody. We're gonna have to fix that in a minute.
No, it's okay. It's all right. It wasn't very much. You guys can totally hear the Mario theme.
Yeah,
I'm gonna mute my phone real quick. Matthew, please continue.
Anyway, so yeah.
Come on, man.
God,
say words and stuff.
Say words and stuff. Anyway,
Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet. So with Treasure Planet, I really liked it because the antagonist of it, you didn't really know if he was the antagonist or the one of the side characters or anything, because he played off really good with the main character. Because, the main character, he starts to resent him a lot, and then eventually he starts to kind of like imagine him as the father figure that he never had, because his father ran away when he was young.
Wait, he resents him, and then he's the father figure.
He resents him because of the fact that, he's just really rude to him when they first start talking to him. And then they start developing this relationship towards each other. And, they start to be like, oh, yeah, I used to be like you. And then they're just like really awesome, like duo, isn't like, being like that really good father and son kind of figure duo. But then later in the film, it's like really weird because he's like he thinks he's gonna betray him, and then it's like you don't really know that very much. And Cody is laughing at me because I said,
Okay. All right, I'm sorry. I have to let you guys know a little secret. We don't curse on this podcast, but me and Matthew in real life, we curse like sailors. So whenever we curse, we have to like stop the podcast, go back, cut it out, and keep going with the story. And so I wrote down on our on our paper the time stamp that we need to go back and edit. And then I wrote multiple iterations of the word Matthew said,
yeah,
and I couldn't not laugh. So
I need to
that's
get a
what happened.
quarter a jar.
Yeah, right. Every time that we have to edit out a curse word, we have to put some money in the jar. We'd be able to retire really soon. That's great, Matthew. Yeah, I remember Treasure Planet a little bit. It never really stood out to me. But there's a lot of good old Disney movies. And
The music.
hey, you can go and watch these old Disney movies on Disney Plus when it comes out. Hey, Disney, you should sponsor us.
Yeah, you should totally sponsor this podcast. We'll totally
it's
do
never
it.
gonna happen.
No, but the thing that I loved, you like the art style was great. They used the same technology that Tarzan did with blending 2D animation with 3D.
Yeah, that's always a good thing when they do that a lot of times.
I mean,
if you can pull it off.
It looks amazing. Like is like some parts of it stick out, but it sticks out in a way that makes it, not atrocious. It stands out as in like,
It's
how
not
it should.
atrocious.
Yeah, it's not.
Is it supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
I hate you. But no, and the music was really good. Like I remember the end credits of the movie. I was freaking like, oh man, this is such a sad. Like, it was like one of those like satisfying music tracks that played over the credits. That's like, it's like ended the journey. And even if you notice in the movie, the character's clothes, like it transitions just like the plot. He starts out wearing like this dark jacket at the beginning of the movie because he's like super like,
He's dark and gritty, so he's like DC.
Yeah,
Warner
DC.
Brothers.
And then by the end of it, he's wearing this like nice white suit with has gold and metal and stuff like that. And it's just he transitions from that, and then like in the middle, he has like a brown pants. It's like it shows like it's just like it shows his transition from I'm being moody, and like I'm upset with life. I don't he's like I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Until he's like he's like he doesn't feel like a burden anymore. So it's at the very end. He's like I just like that little detail.
Let's move on to our next segment. Oh geez, I'm too tired to do this podcast today. Anyway, we've got some news. We've got some entertainment news for y'all, for you guys, and it's some very interesting news. Matthew, I want you to go ahead and talk because I need to not talk for a minute.
Alrighty, so with my news, so there's been a lot of negative talk in the press about the new Joker movie, which I guess it won't be incredibly like brand new because by the time you listen to it, it will be out on Friday, which is exciting. So the press has been developing a lot of controversy about this film due to the fact that it will be centered around the Joker's descent into madness, won't feature Batman, and will have a lot of violence in this film, as the film is rated R.
Right.
Some of the press has even asked members of the cast and crew and Warner Brothers if the film would inspire mass shootings or other violent events. Due to the negative press that this film has been getting, because it's been getting a lot of negative press and a lot of controversy swelling around it, Warner Brothers has decided to ban the press from the red carpet premiere of the film entirely.
Interesting.
I believe they had to go to a separate viewing to actually see the film. Only people that were allowed near the red carpet were the photographers.
Is the red carpet on like the sidewalk and public property?
I don't know for certain. I don't want to list facts.
Yeah. If it is on public property, then they can't do that legally. But if it's like not on public property,
I don't think it was though.
Within their rights to do that.
But a spokesman of Warner Brothers said during an interview about this that a lot of people have been speaking about the Joker, and we just feel like it's time for people just to see the film. This controversy is mainly stemming from the fact of what happened in July 2012 when a guy walked into a movie theater in Colorado and shot the place up. However, the FBI and the Homeland Security...
What is it with Colorado and their mass shootings?
I do not know. But anyway, The FBI and Homeland
Sorry to anyone who
Security.
lives in Colorado.
Wow, gosh,
this
this
is
is a
going
serious
really bad.
topic, and
I
you're just
know.
like, that's just how he copes with things, people.
Yes, I totally. Anyways.
Anyway, so the FBI and Homeland Security have both said that there hasn't been any threats detected yet. So that's a good thing. So
Detected.
now, yeah, they haven't heard anything about any potential threats or anything
okay.
towards this. So I don't think this will be anything to worry about.
No.
I feel like it's just, you know,
I-
conjuring smoke and demons.
All press is good press, even if it's negative, because people are still talking about the movie. Even though it's all about like this really negative stuff, I know me and you are gonna go watch the movie anyway.
Yeah, no, we're still going to watch it. In fact, viewers, if you've watched it already, let us know in comments below and on Twitter. How'd you enjoy it? Don't like spoil it or anything because we'll block you, obviously. But yeah, just tell us how much it was a good film. Me and Cody may end up doing a review of it. We're not going to say for certain yet, but
Very
we'd love
possible.
to.
Very possible.
So yeah, Cody, I'm going to let you take it on to the next story.
All right. Well, as I am, an expert journalist, I have all the details
You do.
to this next story. Not really. It's just like all the stuff that I've heard about it, and then a little bit of extra information. So, as you guys might know, I'm sure you all know this story already, but I still want to talk about it. Spider-Man got booted from the MCU because Disney wanted more money, and so did Sony, and neither of them would, swallow their pride and do what the fans want and keep him in the MCU. Matthew's making a fool of himself over here. So, from what I've seen and what I've heard, Tom Holland is back in the MCU. However, he's also in the Sony universe as well. So it's going to be kind of like a little bridge between the MCU and the Sony universe.
That's illegal.
Not really. So, yeah, it's been a long spat between Sony and Disney in order to have Spider-Man in either side and how much money they'll each make and whatnot. Apparently, they've reached a deal, and allegedly, it's because, the franchise's star, Tom Holland, bridged the gap between the two of them. Now, I haven't really been able to find an exact reference to how this worked out, but yeah, from his efforts, he managed to pull the two companies together and force them to make a deal. Maybe not force them, but highly suggest that they should. So what I'm looking through now is the Hollywood Reporter's story on this. You can find it. It says, what's the headline? Tom Holland's last-minute appeal helped save a Spider-Man deal. And from what it's talking about is there's been a lot of fan outcry about, how he still needs to be in the MCU, which totally, if he went and left the MCU and never came back, I probably would not continue to be interested in Spider-Man films. Honestly.
I wouldn't either.
Honestly. I'm after seeing Spider-Man Far From Home, I am already less interested in it. Not because it's a bad film. It's a great film. It just is not necessarily for me, but the ending credit scene did make it a lot better. But anyway, so, yeah, he's back in the MCU, and he's also, apparently, going to be fighting Venom, the Sony's Venom, which a lot of people, I guess, liked. I've not seen that film, but apparently it's good. I don't know. Or apparently, it's not the worst.
It's not terrible, but... I mean, it's a good film. I'll say it's good. That's about the only thing I will say about that. I won't say it's like, oh, man, it's amazing, it's great. It's so amazing because of the fact I feel like they should have gone R-rated with it, and I only say that
Did
because,
they not?
No, they went PG-13.
Oh, yeah.
Which doesn't. I mean, and they're wanting to put Carnage into it, so I'm immediately like, you better make him R-rated, because Carnage, if you read him in the comics, the guy that basically imagine putting a symbiote that can turn you into a gigantic monster onto a psycho killer. Imagine what would happen. That's what you get. That's how you get Carnage.
Fair.
So, how are you not gonna have that R-rated? Because literally, I mean, he like.
Oh, I'm gonna kill all of you, and then he just boops people.
He
in the
killed a
nose.
dog with a screwdriver.
Okay, if you're killing dogs, John Wick's gonna come up in here. And just
He's like,
you
what?
a new one.
He's just like, oh wait, did you guys have a
Dog bark
doggo?
on cue.
Oh wow. Oh,
your
that was a
dog
sound
is like,
effect.
oh, what are you talking about in there? But yes, John Wick is just gonna he's just gonna be sitting down on his couch petting his dog, and Carnage is gonna kill a dog, and he's just gonna stand up immediately and start walking out of his house.
I feel my spider Peter tingle.
Man, your dog is going crazy in there. Anyways, so yes, Tom Holland brought back Spider-Man to the MCU. She is just going nuts over there. Yes. So yeah, I'm not gonna bring this up again if it falls through again for some reason. I've already talked about the story on both ends twice. So yeah, but so it's looking okay actually.
Wow.
And I was not sure if I would actually continue to be interested in the MCU after Endgame ended, but because they now own Fantastic Four and X-Men and all that properties, and they're going to actually bring Deadpool into the MCU, I'm starting to get a little excited for it. I'm really sad that Tony Stark is gone. I am, but I understand why, because Robert Downey Jr. was wanting more and more money for that, and it's just I get it. You don't want to keep paying him infinite amounts of money. And I mean, they had no other option because you can't have someone else be Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Tony Stark is Iron Man. You could have a new Iron figure, if you wanted Iron Girl or whoever the female counterpart to Iron Man would be from the comics. I don't read the comics, so I don't know, but
I mean, there is an Iron Girl.
Yeah, but you can't replace Tony Stark. Tony Stark is Robert Downey Jr. and will always be, effectively, for me personally.
For you. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. What if we end up getting a girl in the next film? It's perfect embodiment of what Tony is, but a female version.
Hey, yeah. Then I would be very interested to see how they deal with that.
No, I'm joking.
Don't freak me out like that, Matthew. We've got 27 minutes in. Okay, so that's our news for today, and we're going to move on to my favorite segment.
I was trying to wig him out away from this because I just didn't want to talk about how this went.
Okay, so you guys didn't seem too interested in our discussion last time, which was the big Avengers versus Justice League. However, two people did lend their voice to a certain person's
Remember
cause.
to check the Twitter, though, because we also had a vote on there.
I'm not logged in for some reason, so you're going to have to check that one.
It was only one vote, and they voted for Avengers. So really, it was 3 to
Avengers,
0.
3 to Avengers and 0 to Justice League.
Leave me alone. You guys are...
You're entirely right. No, honestly, I get the feeling that Avengers won because Avengers is more popular.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I've come to.
They're basically even, effectively, as far as I can tell. So, but yeah, thank you guys for standing behind me again. I'm really starting to feel bad for Matthew here because he's never won. So I'm going to tell you this before we start this one. Please just go vote for Matthew. I know he's going to be wrong, but just vote for him, okay?
I won't be, because if anybody says I'm wrong on this one, then you have no taste.
That's what you said last time. I'm going to fight somebody or something. Okay, so this time, this versus segment is actually kind of topical. So I was talking about Tom Holland brought Spider-Man back into the MCU. Well, now we're going to decide. We're going to have a discussion about who would win in a fight between Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man or Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And I'm going to give Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man the benefit of the doubt that Tom Holland is not wearing the Iron Spider suit, because if he was, there would be no chance at all. Wow. It would be a wash.
You know what?
It would be a wash. He wouldn't even land a hit if he was wearing the Iron Spider suit. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that Tom Holland is in his regular red spider suit. Not the one that he made, the one that Tony made for him, but it's still just the regular red suits, not Iron Spider. So, Matthew, please try and tell me why Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man would win against Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Even though you're going to be wrong.
Anyway, so Tobey Maguire, really strong. I would say a little bit stronger than Tom Holland, because Tom Holland is not that very strong in the MCU version.
Why don't you get quiet for that? This is your.
I'm just saying.
This is your position, man. You got to argue it with tact
anyway,
and confidence.
So, let's be honest here. Tobey Maguire's fought better villains than the ones that...
You don't seem very convinced about this.
No, I do. You know what Tobey Maguire's fought? He fought the Green Goblin twice. He fought Sandman, and if you watch Spider-Man 3, you would have known how much of... Oh my god.
Bring me into...
He fought Venom and killed him.
Yeah, but it was crap Venom.
Shut up. Don't leave me alone. Gosh.
You're already realizing what's going on. Tom Holland
And-
fought Thanos.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He was in the fight with
In
Thanos.
Infinity War.
He didn't like defeat Thanos, but he fought him.
Yeah, you want to know what Thanos proceeded to do as he tried when she jumped? He grabbed him and went boom.
But he still fought Thanos.
So that's if Tobey Maguire was
Thanos
there, he
ain't
would have.
just some pumped up human. He's a Titan and he had almost all the Infinity Stones when he was fighting him.
Mm-hmm.
You already realize you've lost this, don't you?
No, I have not, because I just don't think you're right.
Well, okay, that's fair. But yes, what else does Tobey Maguire Spider-Man have on?
Organic spider shooters.
Spider shooters?
He has organic web shooters.
Ew. He just squirts some webs at people.
Yes, so he doesn't have to worry about, making the spider webs fluid.
Mm-hmm.
It just naturally goes he
Ew.
doesn't have to worry about. Which
Yeah, but he can also become impotent for some reason and not be able to shoot the web shooters, as was established in the movies.
Ouch, that hurts.
I mean,
that was him just being not confident in himself. He was going through a phase.
mm.
But anyway, so personally, I think Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man because, he didn't have to rely on Tony Stark being his daddy figure. I'm sorry, Tom Holland, but, basically the majority of your career as Spider-Man has pretty much been sucking up to Tony Stark.
Oh, you're gonna start so fast, aren't you, Matthew?
I am. Here we go.
All right, well, we're not saying which one's better. We're saying which one would win in a fight, Matthew.
Still would be Tobey Maguire
And why is that?
because he's stronger.
How?
Well, he stopped a train by himself.
Okay, well, Spider-Man held a boat together. Like a
Did he
tanker.
really? Did he
Yes.
really?
He held it together for 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah, but you know what Toby did? He stopped a train going at almost 100 miles per hour by himself.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for your arguments.
That's my
everyone.
argument. Do I need to say any more?
So
Good Lord.
here's my argument for Tom Holland Spider-Man, and this is the reason why I will win this one, of course, because I always win these.
Oh, yeah?
Is that he's got Iron Man, boy. His suit was made
No,
by Iron Man.
no.
Doesn't
You
matter
said
if he's slightly stronger. Iron Man made his suit. And I'm working under the assumption that, yes, he has the red suit, but it's the unlocked version of the red suit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd still think Toby would win. Because, he doesn't have spider tingle.
You mean Peter Tingle?
Or, sorry, Peter Tingle.
I will agree that
Peter
if
Tingle's
it's just
stupid.
them without, their suits or anything, and they're just going one-on-one, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man would win. But, when they're all geared out and they're suited up, I think Tom Holland Spider-Man would win. But we want to hear what you guys think. Because this is what the segment is all about. We make an argument for one side or the other, and then we get your guys' opinion on it. So which would win in a fight between Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Tom Holland Spider-Man? Obviously, it's going to be close, but we want to get your guys' opinion on it. And if you could just do me a favor. Matthew's never won one of these.
Oh, yeah. I
in
don't
10
want your pity
episodes,
votes.
So please go vote for Matthew. Please.
I don't want your pity
Just go vote
votes.
for Matthew, make him feel better, and then I will take back my victory next week.
You know what? I just want to
So please vote for Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, even though you'd all be wrong. Please vote for him because I want Matthew to feel better. I'm
gonna win this. I'm gonna be like, I just want.
I'll take your victory even when you win.
This is not right. Anyway, so moving on to the
Moving
next
on
section.
to
the final one.
Hold on, keep talking about Spider-Man for a second.
Keep talking about Spider-Man.
Yes.
What is your guys' favorite Spider-Man? Do you actually like, what was it, Andrew Garfield? I'm sorry, but your opinion sucks if you liked Andrew Garfield. Tobey Maguire was probably the better one, and you're wrong. Did anybody actually watch, The Amazing Spider-Man?
There we go. Moving on to Matthew's favorite
Now you
segment.
ignore me. Anyway.
LKIA1.
Oh, really? Oh
Moving
my
on to-
God.
LKIA1.
Oh,
LPIAY.
I hate you so much.
So Matthew, tell us what the
Alrighty.
LPIAY is.
Oh my god. So, last podcast, I asked you if you could be Jack Skellington for a day, what holiday would you completely mildly inconvenience?
LPIAY.
That's, oh my god. Leaves the room, never comes back. Even
And
though.
this is good podcast, everybody. 10 whole episodes.
Alrighty, so we did not have, unfortunately, we didn't have any audience members answer, which kind of makes me sad.
Happens.
But it happens.
You guys
so,
are busy people. We understand that.
can't even comment on one post.
Well, Matthew, I have a comment about it.
Oh yeah. So which holiday would you just completely mildly inconvenience?
Kicking the table.
As I kick the table and make you.
You know, that's a good question, Matthew. That's a very good question. And the holiday I think I would mildly inconvenience is probably
Easter.
no, not Easter.
Oh, not Easter.
I think I would mildly inconvenience like just a really obscure holiday. Like
Pancake Day.
yeah, or something like that along those lines, like National Donut Day or something. I
Is
would
that a real
mildly
holiday?
inconvenience
Is that really
that.
a real holiday though?
There's a lot of them.
Is that real?
Jack Skellington's forest turned into like 5 trees into 100,000 trees because of all these different holidays. I put in quotations with my air quotes that you can't see. So it would just be something really trivial like that. Because I think all the holidays are great, Matthew.
My God, why? Anyway, so a holiday I would destroy would probably be Easter.
What do you have against Easter, Matthew?
It's a stupid holiday.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but what do you do on Easter?
You hunt for eggs.
That's it. And eat food.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of it?
It's a religious holiday that's supposed to celebrate or denote, what is it, the death of Jesus, or like the rebirth or something like that, or his birthday or something. I don't know.
No,
I'm
this
not
birthday
a
I thought was
religious
Christmas or New Year's.
Yeah, but it's something to do with religion and Christianity.
Oh. Yeah, literally other than that, it's a stupid holiday.
Okay, well,
Literally
I don't want to
nothing goes
I don't
on.
wanna get into a religious discussion because those are very, very two-sided, and you can't really like discuss it because it turns into an argument.
Hey, I'm
because-
not saying anything about religion. I'm just saying, we got Halloween. You dress up as things. You get candy. You do all this really cool stuff. Christmas, you hand out gifts. You got Thanksgiving, where you have a great meal, like a huge, gigantic meal. You
And then
talk
you
about what
spread
you're
the
thankful
plague.
for.
to native indigenous species.
Ouch, that hurts. I'm just saying, Easter to me at least, all I do is just eat food and then plop on the couch and just go, okay, goodbye.
Well, then you're not celebrating it right, Matthew. You need to dress up.
What are you
in a
supposed to do?
Horrifying bunny costume and go scare little kids.
That's
who are
not
collecting
how you
eggs.
celebrate.
That's how I celebrate it. How do you celebrate?
Okay, everybody. So just put a cautionary tale.
No,
just don't.
for real. When I was a little kid, I don't have the picture with me, but I know it's somewhere. There was like an Easter celebration. There was this bunny costume, but the eyes were like rings, and it was horrifying.
Nope.
It was horrifying. For real. I don't know who made that costume, but they have no idea what an Easter bunny is supposed to look like.
What? I thought they were supposed to be scary.
Well, like on Halloween, I guess, but not on Easter. Well, Matthew, I think we're about
We still.
up here, but you have the next question.
Yeah. So anyway,
So hold on.
I got.
What is next week's?
LPIAY.
Oh my God. Anyway, I got a question for you guys. If you could be Thanos, who or what would you snap away?
Done. Easy.
Easy peasy. Well, you better
Easy.
save that.
You gotta have to wait till next time.
You're gonna have to wait
hear
till next
what
episode.
my super overconfidence answer is. Everybody.
So anyway, go ahead, give us your answers for this question on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube with the hashtag.
I'm not ready. Hold on. With the hashtag, let me turn my microphone.
LPIAY.
My God. We should not be
on
allowed.
this week's episode of LPIAY.
Oh my God! Use LPIAY.
LPIAY.
Thanos.
Hashtag LPIAY.
Thanos.
For those who did not know. Thanos.
Yeah,
So,
we'll
yeah.
be at the very end of that. And yeah, go ahead, give us your
While you're
answers with
there,
that. And also, follow
check
us.
out our giveaway. We're giving away 2 free Steam games to anybody who goes to our Facebook post and follows the instructions there. It's going to be like, like, comment, share, and stuff. And anyone who enters to win will be put into the drawing, and we're going to randomly select the winner for during the next podcast. So, yeah, check it out. And Matthew, I think that's it for today.
So yeah, Cody, what's the last thing you want to end this podcast on?
Well, it's been a little bit of a shorter podcast today. Sometimes we go for an hour, but it's 41 minutes, so not too bad. We're both pretty tired, so we got stuff to do. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. This has been awesome. We've got 10 podcasts.
Woo! Hopefully,
podcasts.
here's a tip of the cup of your non-alcoholic beverage, because we don't drink alcohol.
Matthew doesn't.
Gosh darn it.
I do
anyway,
sometimes.
Here's the tip of your glass of apple juice
Yes, exactly.
to the next 10. So, Cody,
So yeah,
we'll
thank
see
you guys
everybody else
so much for listening, and we will see you
on
the next exciting episode
of Back from the Grid podcast.
Thanks for listening.
Whoop, whoop. Bye.